Hey everybody, my name is Nick Woodard, and today we're gonna learn how to do a backflip with your jump rope. So stay tuned because we're gonna have a blast with this video. All right, so first things first, you need to be able to do a backflip. If you cannot do a backflip right now, stop the video, go to gymnastics, go to tumbling, learn your backflip, all right? So for those of you who are still here, I'm going to assume that you can do a backflip, you can do it well, all right? So now we're gonna talk about all of our steps to doing it with your rope. One of the first things you need to be able to do is do your backflip, but without grabbing your knees. Why is that important? Because whenever you're doing your backflip, you're gonna be having a rope in your hand because we're doing backflips with your rope. You have to be able to turn it. So if you're grabbing your knees, the rope really won't go anywhere. So you need to be able to do your back tuck without grabbing your knees. That's gonna look something like this. So the second step is you need to be able to flip with handles in your hand with no rope. So I have some handles, all right? And we're gonna flip with this. Now, why is this important? When you're doing your backflip with your rope, clearly you're gonna have handles in your hand. So you wanna get familiar with what that's going to feel like, but we're just gonna take out the barrier. It's not even a barrier. We're just gonna take out the rope and just have the handles to see how it feels, all right? So that looks something like this. So our third step is adding the whole rope to your back tuck and allowing it just to follow you. So the step before, we just had the handles. Now we're putting the rope in there as well, and we're gonna allow that rope to follow us all the way around, all right? Before we even do that, here's one thing I really wanna say. When you start adding your rope, the most important thing is you have to finish your flip, all right? No matter if the rope touches your leg, it could get caught somewhere, doesn't matter. You finish your flip, and then you can fix that mistake next time. If you fall on your head, it's just not good. Okay, so make sure you finish your flip at all times, all right? Now, when we do this skill, all we're gonna do is we're still gonna jump up, we're gonna set like we always do. That rope is naturally just going to kind of make its way around. I'm not going to try to turn it. It's just gonna follow me all the way around, and then once I land, that will be the end of it. All right, so our last step is making the rope go around you multiple times during your backflip, all right? So we just did our backflip, and we allowed the rope just to follow us. We're gonna follow those same steps. The only difference is when we start to initiate that back tuck, when we start to rotate, you are going to start turning your hands so that you can actually get 1, 2, maybe 3 revolutions underneath you before you land. Just like last time, what I said is you have to finish your flip. Your rope might hit you a couple times when you're doing this one. So it's going to be a little progression. Maybe go around, get under once, then maybe go for a double under, then a triple under, but just kind of take it slow as you go, but always finish your flip. All right, so we just talked about doing a back tuck with your rope, but that was a standing back tuck. Now we're gonna talk about doing a round off back tuck. So if you are comfortable doing a round off back tuck, I'm gonna give you a few pointers on that one. But like I said before for the standing, if you do not know how to do a round off back tuck, stop the video, go to gymnastics, go to tumbling, then you come back and then you learn what this step is, all right? So here's one of the cool things about a round off back tuck. If you could do a standing tuck with your rope, the round off's gonna be even easier. The one unique thing that I'll say about this skill is that some people might be worried about the round off and landing on the rope before you take off for your back tuck. And so normally rope goes down just like so. When you come around, some people might think that you might land on it. If your round off is really good, it's not going to land. You should not land on it at all, but I want you to work on that step. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do your round off, and then when you land your round off, as you land, if you're popping up, I just want you to set just like so, and just feel how the rope gets out of the way. Once you understand that, then it'll lead you in to your back tuck. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like right now. So our last step is just putting it all together. You're gonna do your round off back tuck. Now, let me just remind you, when you're working on this, go through all your steps. Do it with no handles, let the rope follow you around, then maybe do 1 revolution. You're just gonna keep building up to it. And then the cool thing about this one in particular is once you feel comfortable, you might be able to get 2 on a standing back tuck as far as like a double under, but now you might be able to get that triple under or a quad. You just never know, okay? So I'm going to show you what putting all of this together looks like for a round off back tuck. So that was our video on how to do a backflip with your single rope. Like we talked about before, go through all those progressions, go as slow as you need to figure it out. Most importantly, make sure you always finish your flip no matter what, okay? Definitely look below. There's gonna be some links down there for some ropes, some mats, whatever you need to make sure that you are successful with jump rope and maybe even doing a backflip with it. Also, make sure that you subscribe and we will see you for the next video.